Mortgage rates just hit 6.69%, and waiting is costing buyers and sellers every single day. As of August 6th, the rates have hit a new high for the fifth straight week in a row. And I'm hearing the same thing over and over again from buyers and sellers. Mike, we will wait for rates to drop before we make a move. And I understand that logic, but the data is telling me something different. Let's get into it. So what happened with the mortgage rates? Well, Freddie Mac just reported a new high for this year for mortgage rates at 6.69% for a 30-year fix. That's not just an initial spike. So renewed Middle East tensions and oil prices just pushing rates up. The mortgage rate issue has not been resolved. So what's actually happening across the nation in most markets? And the numbers are specific. A lot of markets, the days on market are continuously declining. Here in the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina markets, specifically, we're sitting at 118 days. Other markets is lower, but they're beginning to climb as well. In the Myrtle Beach market, we have close to 6,200 active listings, a near record level. Housing inventory in this market has increased more than 37% year over year. So sellers who are waiting for a better market are watching two things happen. Their home's value is softening while their competition is growing. And then two, every month they wait, there are more listings competing for the same buyer pool. So let me go over the wait for lower rates trap, okay? Rates are expected to remain predictable around 6%, the high 6% range till the end of the year. Because if you remember, 17 out of the 18 Fed officials basically said, we're predicting by the end of the year that the rates are going to stay the same or go up. Only one said a rate decrease. So waiting for a drop in interest rates for a little bit more of equity could cost you more if price competition heats back up once rates fall, if they even do fall. Think about what happens the moment rates drop meaningfully. Every buyer who has been waiting enters the market. That's great for sellers. All these sellers are waiting for the rates to drop as well to list their property. So once they do drop, all these sellers are going to start listing the property, which is bad for sellers, great for buyers. The leverage buyers and sellers have right now, the time to negotiate, the motivated sellers willing to offer rate buy downs evaporates when competition returns. Those who wait for pre-pandemic conditions could be waiting indefinitely. The market has evolved, and the sellers who adapt are the ones that are closing at the best prices. So what's the real cost in waiting? Let's take a house that's worth $375,000. You have a mortgage, you have property taxes, you have insurance, HOA, utilities. That runs $3,500 to $5,000 per month. That's $42,000 to $60,000 out of pocket while you wait for conditions that may never arrive. And modest equity erosion and the total cost of waiting a year could easily exceed $44,000. The math almost never works in favor of waiting in a flat or declining market. Here's what sellers should be doing right now. The seller closing deals right now did three things correctly. Number one, they priced correct from day one. Not 2021 pricing, 2022 pricing. No, they're pricing correctly from day one based on today's comparable property. Number two, they offered rate buy downs as part of their listing strategy, giving buyers a compelling reason to choose their home over new construction. And then three, they listed with urgency rather than patience, understanding that the fastest sale is almost always the most profitable sale. Now, if you're a buyer, here's what buyers should do right now. If you've been waiting for rates to drop, the current environment is the best environment for you to buy right now. Not because rates are low historically, but because everything is in your favor. Sellers are negotiating rates. You have over 6,100 properties that are for sale in the Myrtle Beach market. It's probably the same everywhere else. So you have weeks to decide instead of hours, and you can ask for seller paid rate buy downs that reduce your effective rate without waiting for the Fed. What you want to do is you want to marry the house price, date the interest rate. When the rates drop, you kick your high interest rate, mortgage rate to the curb and refinance for a lower rate. You can't refinance a purchase price. And when rates drop, it's going to go up a little bit. And the equity you build while waiting cannot be recovered. Let me give you the historical reality check. I'm going to read this verbatim directly from Freddie Mac's own report. The expert quoted plainly this week that rates today are lower than when I bought my first house in 2006. The pandemic era sub 3% rates was the anomaly. Freddie Mac said it in their own report. The sellers who are adapting are the ones who are winning because the market has evolved. So here's your next strategic move. If you're thinking about selling, if you're waiting for rates to drop before you list, sell. Because where you're trying to move to, more than likely is going to cost you more money in the long run anyways. So it's probably going to be a wash. So it's best to go ahead and take advantage of the price now and then just refinance later in the house you're going to be moving into. If you're looking to buy, everything's in your favor right now. High interest rates, sellers are willing to negotiate, lots of competition there on the market. So if you're a buyer, I'll be looking to buy right now. Take advantage of the pricing. Eat the high interest rate for 6 to 12 months and just refinance when it drops, and you're going to look like a pro. That's all I got this week. If you found this video helpful, like and subscribe and drop me a comment. Let me know what you're seeing in your market where you're at. I'd love to help you out and be a resource to you. Mike Fiebernitz, RE/MAX Executive, 16 years of experience. See you guys in the next video. Have a good one.